Maren was a perfectly healthy and developing 2-year-old last summer. She's so feisty and loves to play and be with big sister. And then things kind of took a turn. Beginning of last October, she started complaining of neck pain. And then as I looked, I noticed that she had a lump on the left side of her neck. I took her to the ER at Cardinal Glennon. They went ahead and did a biopsy while we were admitted, and the doctors and nurses were just kind of prepping us for the fact that we would possibly have to have surgery. And then walked in the floor doctor for 2 South, as well as a very tall gentleman. And I remember the look on his face, and the second that he walked in the room, I knew it wasn't good news.
You know, when I met Neely and Chris, it was pretty hard. We discussed her diagnosis. She had neuroblastoma. You know, just given her age and the fact that you know, we determined that it had spread. You know, it places her in a high-risk category.
The back of her skull and in her neck, and her knees and elbows, and then the original tumor was in her abdomen and approximately baseball size. So,
by far the most scared I've ever been, the most scared part of my life.
Your world is completely turned upside down, getting news that she had cancer, and it's not just cancer, it was stage 4 cancer. In total, for Maren's protocol, she has had 6 rounds of chemotherapy. She had a surgery to remove the tumor within her abdomen. She has had a stem cell retrieval, and then a stem cell transplant.
The clinical trial that Maren was involved with offered her access to molecularly targeted therapy that actually used her genetic type, the tumor type, to identify, you know, certain drugs that might be of benefit to her.
Being an approved center for this, that puts us into a relatively small number of hospitals that are able to offer this cutting-edge therapy, along with bone marrow transplant, along with precision medicine and genomic profiling of tumors. So I think we've really got all the up-and-coming things that allow us to give the very latest in care.
Maren responded really well to therapy. She ended up having a successful surgery to remove her primary tumor after all the metastatic disease appeared to have disappeared.
We were ecstatic to find out that Maren was considered cancer-free or no cancer detected. We had scans scheduled for October 16th. And the weekend before scans, Maren started complaining of a headache.
I said, you know, we're going to add another set of pictures just to make sure. You know, I was hopeful too, you know, but mom knew. And, you know, unfortunately, you know, the scans that we got a few weeks back showed that the tumor had come back.
He was crying, and we were too.
It's like hearing the cancer diagnosis over again, and it's just awful.
Yeah, I mean, it was awful enough to hear it once, but to hear it the second time, it gutted us. It really did.
We have 10 weeks total of treatment, 2 weeks radiation, 8 weeks chemotherapy, and we'll do scans again in January, and we'll see
where we're at. But hopefully we'll have good news again, and hopefully we can celebrate to be cancer-free.
There's so many new things that are coming, you know, down the road. You know, we're just learning so much more about the biology, you know, cancer, and, you know, what makes, you know, what makes these diseases tick, and, you know, that is translating into, you know, amazing therapies that were science fiction just, you know, 10, 15 years ago. I think being able to, you know, offer these, you know, these families, you know, these therapies, you know, it just gives them hope. And, you know, that's one of the best parts about doing the job that I do.
Cardinal Glennon has just provided the most amazing care for Maren, medically, as well as providing support to our family, and just the convenience of having it in our backyard and knowing that we're getting the utmost care.
To take a child and a family, uproot them for 3 months, 6 months, even longer, to go out of state, to get something that's important to save their child's life, that's a big deal when they're already suffering from the disruption of their lives.
It's the proverbial village, taking care of, this one child, Maren, and then many, many other children like her. And without the support of the community that, donates, not just money, but time and effort to the foundation, none of this work could be done. Efforts like this are going to be important, taking care of kids like Maren and, all the kids in the future that are just like Maren, who, deserve the best.